Howard goes up into space at the end of season 5 and begins season 6 in the space station for the first few, and progressively starts to get a little more stir-crazy, a little more hirsute, and misses Earth, and not his mother, but she tracks him down in space. And he misses his wife and gravity. And I think we pulled it off. I think we earned it, which I guess is sort of rare in a sitcom. It was believable that this little guy is gonna get married and shoot up into space moments after and kind of be there for the duration. So yeah, it was probably, I think, unprecedented.
Ignition sequence start. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. All engine running. Liftoff. We have a liftoff.
Hey, there's my beautiful bride.
How are you?
I'm amazing. I mean, this is even better than I dreamed. Yeah, I look out the window and it's all so unbelievable.
People thought we really went to the space station, and there was a moment where I feel like in the writer's room they discussed, they're like, we could just send Simon, he's small, just shoot him up there, so don't give anyone any ideas.
Hey, look, this pen is floating. How crazy is that?
We had to do all of our own slow-mo kind of non-gravity acting, which was a challenge because it's sort of like acting underwater. And then there were special effects. We were on like a pulley and a bicycle seat, and there was some chafing. Still slowly recovering, but otherwise, yeah, it was unlike anything I've really done.
We did it! We're on the ground! We survived!
That was just a parachute. We still have another 6 miles to go.
One of the astronauts in the scenes is actually an astronaut, Mike Massimino. He kept saying what a flashback it was for him and how the room was the same, and even crew members on the set, that it reminded him of crew members there.
The set that we've had, a lot of experts got involved with helping them build that, so it really looks exactly like the real thing. I got a little bit involved with helping them set this up, and quickly they got over with my understanding of it, because they wanted real detail of the spaceship dimensions and exactly where everything looks, and they looked at lots of pictures and video, and they talked to lots of people.
What's wrong?
Nothing. Everything's fine.
Howard.
The other astronauts are being mean to me.
We give him a bit of a hard time on the show, you know, as the way the script's written. And we would certainly give him a hard time if he was really an astronaut, but it would be all in good fun. But I think Howard would make a pretty good astronaut, actually. He's a fun guy. His character is kind of funny. He seems like a good guy. Basically, you want someone that you don't mind hanging around with for really a few years, because you're not always in space with him. You're training with him for a few years. You want to be able to do the job, but you want someone that's going to be fun to be with in a confined area for a while. I haven't heard screaming like I've heard from Howard, so I guess that's probably the biggest difference. He seems to be a little more emotional than what you would expect.
Let's let that last scream go a little longer, if you can.
You want us moving around a little bit?
Yeah, let's just, you know.
Now I can say I'm not really an astronaut anymore, but I play one on TV. I can say that, but I'm still really an astronaut, so I'm not really sure how to phrase it.
Bernadette said you guys are all sick of me talking about my trip to space. Is that true?
No. You know, the show when Wolowitz comes back, you know, a lot of people won't necessarily care about him being back. You know, it's like it's everyday life still went on while he was away.
Boy, it's nice to sleep in a bed with gravity again.
Any thoughts on where we should get dinner?
Anywhere but the space station. I was thinking about wearing my NASA jumpsuit as a costume, but then I realized everyone would be like, where's your costume? Why are you wearing your work clothes, you nut? I went to space! Space, 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 space! Are we clear to jettison that nightgown?
Okay, we need to talk.
But that's, I think, is an accurate depiction. You come back and it's, you know, life went on while you were gone, and now it's your turn to readjust to it when you get back.
2 weeks ago, I was an astronaut.
Yeah, well, now you're a Smurf. Keep walking.
I did not meet Buzz Aldrin, actually, because he had a very strict schedule on Earth here. But I did get to see his moment, and it was poignant.
Quiet, please, gang. Quiet backstage, please. And camera,
Action.
Here you go. It's a Milky Way.
I'm an astronaut. This one's a moon pie. I walked on the moon.
What have you done?
All of the astronauts that we've met through the show, you talk about physicality. Watching these guys, there is a worldliness about them that I think is untouchable. And they all have this same astronaut stance, kind of like Buzz Lightyear, I swear to God. They all have just this bravado about life. There was something you can't touch, but you can just feel when you're in their presence, it was a dream.
Well, it takes a lot more preparation to go into space. Years of preparation. And you don't get to retake things. You get one take, and it's got to be right.
Houston, Atlantis, roll program.
Roger, roll, Atlantis.
528 people have been into space. That's a pretty big number.
60 seconds. Lights on.
But only 24 people have reached the moon.
Okay, engine stop.
And of those 24, only 12 walked on the surface of the moon.
Houston, Tranquility Base here. The Eagle has landed.
And I was one of the first two. Now, that's a pretty small number.
Spacewalking is the coolest thing that I've ever done. It is an incredible experience. When you first get to space and you look out the window of the shuttle, your view is somewhat constrained. Once I got to spacewalk on the Hubble Space Telescope, I could look and see everything. I could see the Earth in its entirety. I could see the curvature of the Earth. It took up my whole field of view, but I could see it as a gigantic planet right in front of me. For me, that first reaction, when I really had a chance to look at it from my spacewalk, was just to turn my head, because I felt like, this is too beautiful. I'm not supposed to see this. I was more or less overcome by what I was looking at. And I looked a second time, and I started to tear up a little bit from just the beauty that I was seeing. And then I got really worried, because if you get water inside your spacesuit, you can cause trouble. You could short something out. And if I did that, there'd be an investigation, and they'd ask me what happened, and I'd have to admit that I was crying. We gave Wolowitz the name Fruit Loops. I was going to get the name Crybaby. So I immediately got myself under control and looked a third time. And on that third time, what went through my mind was, this is what heaven must look like. I really felt I was looking into paradise, viewing our planet. That's how beautiful it is. So there aren't any words to describe it, but that was my emotion looking at it from space.
I've been lucky enough to be into space twice. One in the two-person Gemini spacecraft, and of course Apollo 11, that was given the chance to make an attempted landing, and we were very successful as we landed on the Sea of Tranquility, and were there for about 20 hours outside for about 2.5 hours walking around on the magnificent desolation of the surface of the moon.
That's one small step for man, one giant leap for mankind.
My advice to anyone going into space is, it may turn out to be a once-in-a-lifetime experience. And since it is such a rare thing, enjoy every moment of it and be curious about everything you see. Think very carefully about everything that you do so that you can remember, come back, and then tell your friends all about the fun it was in space.
Hi, I'm astronaut Rick Searfoss. I flew the space shuttle 3 times, twice as a pilot, once as the commander. Now I'm the chief test pilot for a company called X-Core Aerospace. And we're on the verge of having the ability with our Link suborbital space plane to take folks like you into space.
Who wants to go to space?
Who wants to go?
Yes, a Big Bang Theory is sending a fan to space. That I also think is unprecedented. We did that at Comic-Con. We actually had sort of a raffle kind of system.
So I got this right. One of those envelopes has a ticket that gets you into space.
Absolutely.
Wouldn't it be horrible if this was all a joke? We were like, bazinga, and like nothing happened.
I think it was so shocking that people literally were kind of waiting for us to say, okay, just obviously you can't send a person to space. It's true.
Oh my God! We have a winner!
There is a girl who's been training and is going to go up in this sort of commercial, this new program. I'm sort of happy it's not me, because pretending to do that in Burbank is a little less scary than doing it near the sun.
Congratulations. What's your name?
Mercedes.
Mercedes, great. Well, you're going to have a life-changing experience. I can't wait to fly with you on board Lynx.
Oh my gosh.
All right.
Unfortunately, they don't have the means of getting her back, but no.
The Big Bang Theory, going where no sitcom has gone before.
You know, when I grew up, we didn't use the word cool, but today what is cool is to think about space. And one of the things that we've learned to think about is the beginnings of time, the beginnings of the universe that came about with the Big Bang Theory.